Remember when I featured my client D who bought a ring online and ended up getting something completely gross? And I also did a video on why you should avoid mass production. So today's video, I'm actually going to be featuring this baby here. I talked a little bit about her story in my why you should avoid mass production jewelry. So today I'm actually going to do a big full story of what happened to her, the client who ended up buying this ring from me. So I'm gonna give you all the deets because you guys love when I spill tea. This is Spill the Tea series for sure. I'm gonna be exposing what some of these online platforms claims to do and wasn't able to deliver. Make sure you watch the video all the way through, subscribe to my channel, like my video, forward it to a friend, follow me on Instagram at @ByBonnieJewelry. Let's get started. So the juicy detail is going to come. The client actually reached out to me when she had already purchased a diamond through this very well-known online platform that claims that they don't actually make any jewelry, that they're just the middleman to find you the best price, right? So when she started her journey, she already had her original engagement ring bought online and through a big retailer, and she was happy with the diamond, but never was happy with the setting. So for years and years, she wore the ring and she's like, oh, I'm not happy with the setting. And she probably tried to get it reset somewhere and it still didn't come out the way she wanted. She was frustrated about the craftsmanship. So this time around, she was like, okay, I'm going to do this again, find a beautiful diamond and try to get it set. Well, I will tell you what actually happened to her. She bought this crazy diamond, super expensive natural diamond online, thinking that, well, it's a great deal. And she was live chatting the live gemologist who claims to know all these things. And let me tell you guys, please, one thing, that when you guys are talking to live gemologists on the internet, literally there is no way that any of these gemologists are actually looking at the actual diamond, okay? They're analyzing the certificate is what they're doing, right? But the certificate is lacking additional information that you couldn't have known. So the price that she paid for the diamond was like a screaming deal, right? She called me, she's like, oh, I'm looking for a ring. This is how much I paid for the diamond. And I was like, okay, this is a very discounted price compared to what market value of this equivalent of this diamond was for. She kind of, I don't know, initially I felt like maybe she thought I was selling her and she didn't maybe believe what I was saying, that the diamond could have this, could have that, could have tinge, could have other possible things. So anyway, we went back and forth a little bit. And then she just went, well, when I actually get this diamond, will you just take a look and tell me what you think? And I was like, well, I can't really take a look at it unless I'm going to take a look at it in real life, because I don't know, what type of camera you're going to be using, what type of lighting. Could be hard. Anyway, long story short, when I finally saw a video of the stone, which had arrived to her, she had, I think, a 10-day return period. I confirmed that visually it had a brown tint, and even brown tint happens in natural diamond, and they're discounted. As long as you disclose that and you discount it, there's nothing wrong with purchasing a diamond that has tint to it, as long as you were told. So the story went on and I was like, well, it's totally fine. She even asked me, she's like, well, I paid a great price for it. Why would it matter if it had tinges or not, like brown, as long as I can't really see it to the naked eye? I said, well, first of all, you wanted to put it on this type of halo setting, which will actually, if the stone was visually brown, it would come out if you put a halo on it, number one. And number two, you should, if that stone had that issue, it should have been disclosed to you. So I used an analogy. So I explained to her like it would basically be a salvage title vehicle, right? So when you buy a vehicle, it's perfectly fine, perfectly working, but it has a salvage title. It has been repaired perfectly, so now there's no issue with it. It looks perfect, it drives perfect, but it has a salvage title. And I feel the same way about diamonds, that if the diamond is graded H or I, but actually had a tinge to it, which is brown or green, in the trade, when we are actually dealing diamonds between dealer to dealer, you would have to say that there's brown or green or milky in the stone, right? Because that's just how it is. Like, the other person is going to receive the goods and they know the other side, it's an expert, so they know what exactly they're looking at. But for consumer, they don't know. So these diamonds that she was being offered 2 options, and these diamonds were circulating online and had a great video, and basically it had a great price. So what should a girl do when you see a great stone at a great price online? Add to cart, right? Add to cart and buy. So this is kind of where the nightmare of everything kind of started. I said, when I caught it, and I told her, I said, I called the dealer, they actually confirmed that the stone had brown, but the live gemologist that she was talking to on the internet had no idea, because they're just a hired gemologist to look at the certificate, right? They're not there to look at the stone, because there's no way that their location serving thousands of online customers would be able to see the stone at the same time. So I felt like I saved her from a 6-digit mistake. This type of deal, if you're paying the discounted price for it and you were disclosed and you were buying it, that's more power to you, no problem. And I think the other thing that was very stressful to her after getting such an expensive stone is finding a jeweler to actually be willing to set it for you. So remember, when you are asking someone to set a diamond that you didn't buy the diamond from them, there's a liability issue for the jeweler who's working on your stone. So for a stone that is this gorgeous, this beautiful, the issue was that I'm going to be taking on liability if I somehow damage the stone while I'm setting it. My insurance is not going to pay me for chipping your stone because you didn't buy the stone from me, right? So there's multi-level of issue when you're trying to buy a stone online and you didn't like their craftsmanship and you're trying to get someone else to set it. There's a whole other world of things to consider. So in the end, I walked her through the whole process of what private jewelers do and why we do it the way we do it. And I was able to source her even a better diamond that doesn't have tinge, that's absolutely beautiful. Actually, let me try it on with a wedding band, you guys, so you guys can see. And she's about to pick up the ring. And I showed her the video and she couldn't be more happy with the result. I was there to kind of help her navigate. So the moral of the story, in the end, she was very happy that I was able to source her such a beautiful diamond and that she doesn't have to. And so the lesson here really is you have many options to buy a diamond ring. And I talk about this a lot in all my other videos, is that there are options for everyone out there, whether depending on what you want, your budget, what you believe in, what type of diamond you want, natural, lab grown, or all of that stuff. But to be educated and to know what are the right steps to take depending on what kind of ring. I mean, obviously this was a high value client, and when you get to that level, you really don't want to be, spending all this money online without talking to someone. I honestly think that was the biggest learning curve and the lesson for her, kind of going from comfortably buying online to when she gets to this level, she's like, you know what, I'm just not comfortable giving someone random so much money and actually getting a stone that was brown. And if she hadn't contacted me in time and I didn't find out and confirm that that was the issue, she would have been stuck with that stone forever without knowing that was the problem, right? So guys, when you buy online, do your due diligence. When you're buying something this magnificent, this beautiful, I mean, please, I want to show you guys more footage of how gorgeous this ring is. I know I'm talking probably way too much about the story. This is definitely something for you guys to look out for when you're purchasing something this large. Work with someone you trust. Work with someone that has really a good reputation and years of the trade. And of course, craftsmanship is number one before the stone. I know I talked a lot about this. So the most important thing is definitely craftsmanship. On a piece like this, you want to make sure that every single stone you place in this setting, it's perfectly matched. You want to know that you're using the best cut. Even the small sparkle, you want to make sure that they are perfect, right? And this is what we did here. She wanted something not too thin, so we found the perfect in between, 2.5 millimeter that was used on the side of the band. It's actually slightly tapered. We did French pave on the ring, and it just came out absolutely stunning. And this is definitely a huge upgrade, you know. I paired it with one of our very popular ring, which is the 4 carat U Gallery Eternity band, and I think it's like the perfect fit, even though she told me that she wasn't going to actually wear a matching band with it. And thank you for allowing me to share this story so that other people can also learn from it. Okay, I'll be adding more footage of the ring for you guys to enjoy at the end. I hope you guys are having a wonderful summer. Leave your comments below. I want to know if you know which company I'm talking about. And I'm sure many people have had good experience with it. So just do your research. Thank you. I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye.